Hey everyone, I'm Jared.
And I'm Arthur, and you're listening to
Unheard of.
Brought to you by
Welcome everybody to another episode of Unheard of. I'm Arthur Glass, joined by my co-host Jared Evans, and we have a guest for you guys this week, the second Evans boy, Colton Evans. What's up, Colton? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. It feels good to be back.
Oh yeah, third time we're bringing you on. Well, that first time was extremely short.
That first
Came on
time
a
was
second time.
that first
So-
time was like a Stan Lee cameo, man.
Oh yeah. So okay, if Ethan is the unofficial third member, that'll make you the Stan Lee of Unheard of.
Be true.
You know, a lot of people don't realize that when we first recorded that very first episode, we literally had like 7 minutes worth of a segment with Colton. And then I thought it was funny to just cut it all, except for like the ending.
Yeah, and I was under the impression when I joined on, it had just started.
Yeah, that was a good one. It was good. It was a good joke. But
It was a
so
cruel
you've been
joke.
doing all right, Colton? How's your week been going?
Hey, man, it's been going good. Finally off for 2 days. Had the family Christmas party tomorrow, and mine and Jared's sister will be in town for the whole week.
All right. Some nice family stuff going on. You guys to be Christmas time, so make sure you guys get your gifts and stuff, and hug the person you love the most really tight.
And the family is doing it without me, so now I'm a little upset. But
So
You know
Arthur's
what?
coming to fill your spot.
hey, he can. He can.
Yeah, I'm the Jared fill-in. I mean,
And they've got,
but,
Colton's coming.
What about you,
and,
Jared? How's your week been going?
Well,
Oh.
it's been going okay. But first of all, Colton, I'm ashamed that he's ashamed of his own face. I mean, I can understand why, but we just got this man on audio, and he's too afraid to do
Alright.
video with us this week.
Maybe I broke
That's
my
true.
camera.
Yeah. I think
Um,
the best part. I think the best part is just the face he makes in his picture.
Yeah. And he's got the filter on, so his eyes look
We can
like
just-
extra blue.
Hey, man, that was a Snapchat
Yeah,
picture
I wanna-
I made.
I want to try to recreate it. Hold on, wait. Is that it?
No, you didn't.
Did I get-
That's close.
But but yeah, I'm doing all right today, or this week. Just just been working, trying to stay COVID free. They got the vaccines rolling out, the FDA approved use, so we'll definitely be having it for 2021.
Yeah, we will. Colorado has announced that the general public will probably not even have the vaccine until the summer. So we're just expecting,
wow.
yeah, we're just expecting the kids. Well, I say kids, but our oldest to just stay in virtual school for most of the year at this point, and hopefully by next school year everything will be back to normal.
Yeah.
Well, I heard that the government didn't even order that much of the vaccine.
Trump didn't. It really wasn't the government. Apparently, Pfizer gave the Trump administration an opportunity to order what, like 300 million more vaccines, and they said no.
Yeah, they said they gave him. They said they gave him several opportunities,
Yeah.
and now they're trying to get them now, and they're like, we can't. We've already promised it to other countries.
Yeah, well, you know how that goes.
Yep. I mean, hey. I mean, other than that, week's going good. I finished my fourth degree this week, so that's nice. And we will be heading home for the holidays. So I'm looking forward to seeing family and obviously y'all too.
Of course, Jared over here is collecting degrees like Pokemon cards.
For real.
And I start my fifth in January. So yeah.
Jared's just gonna leave his sons all his degrees in his will, and so it's like, all my dad left me were these degrees. He took all my degrees.
Well, so basically what happened was after I got my master's degree, I still had money from my GI Bill to use on education. And I figured people in my field, they weren't really getting jobs, and there weren't a lot available with the doctors, the PhDs and Doctor of Education degrees. So I was like, well, I can use the money and get a doctorate and still be having a hard time getting a job, or I can just go for another few degrees in different fields and kind of broaden my horizon.
Well, good luck getting your jobs with all your degrees, dog. I'm proud of you.
Hey, once you finish the first bachelor's and master's, the other ones, they're not so hard to get because all your core classes are done. So this bachelor's I was able to complete in about 8 or 9 months.
Nice. But you want to hit him with some current event news, J. Ray?
Yeah. Well, so we talked about the vaccine. Thankfully, we finally have an approved vaccine for rollout. It is getting shipped out as early as Monday, so when this podcast releases, it'll be heading out to some parts of the country. And as far as the election goes, I think it's safe to assume for everybody that Biden is pretty much going to be your next president. Texas, if most people don't know, about a week or week and a half ago, they sued about 13 states that Trump lost, including Georgia, which is mostly where all of our listeners are. And they sued states like Georgia and others to overturn the election results. And the Supreme Court just threw it out today, meaning that it's basically, no shot that Trump wins. So to all those holding out hope, I would go ahead and just get your life ready for what's coming because, Biden's going to be the president, and it's basically safe to assume that at this point. Of course, it was safe to assume that when he was projected to win, like a week and a half after the election.
Yeah. I just think it's pretty funny. It's really funny to see like all these people just online just talking just like we have, and then like Trump said on Twitter today, we haven't begun to fight. Like, okay, I mean, what is there to fight anymore? Like, if the Supreme Court wouldn't pick up that suit, there's nothing to fight anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I never thought that he was going to win it back, but there are a lot of older people, including our father, that still think, even after this, that he's somehow going to be back in office for another term.
Okay, well, for one, if our father's listening, I would love to debate him on political knowledge because I could have told him it wasn't going to happen. And basically, if anybody knows our dad and follows him on Facebook, He's basically a diehard Trump supporter who will just believe anything that comes out of the man's mouth.
It's true.
Ooh, dang,
I,
dude,
I'll,
you hit
I'll see him
shots
tomorrow.
fired at y'all's dad, dude.
Well, it's dumb to think that he had any type of shot once. Like, so even in Georgia, right? He's already pissed off Governor Kemp, who used to be like his little son in a way. If anybody ever watched
Oh yeah,
Kemp's, especially if you watched Kemp's ads when he was running for governor, he was solely going after the Trump base. That's how he won office. Um, but he's done pissed off Governor Kemp because they've said, "Hey, we've recounted our results 3 times. Like, we're not going to break the law for you."
Hey, and good on Kemp for doing that too. I don't care what party you align with or who you root for. Like he stood up to him, and I think that was really cool.
I think it's funny, just like that people are going after Kemp on Twitter and stuff, and they're just like, "Oh, Kemp stabbed Trump in the back after Trump got him elected as governor," and yeah, they're just like, and then what Trump said on Twitter that Kemp is done as governor, like,
No, I
And
mean he's just doing what he was elected to do. He's doing things he's supposed to do, even if he don't like the outcome that Trump didn't
I
win.
mean,
He's
yeah, I
still
mean,
doing his
like,
job.
all I'm saying is, like,
yeah, I mean, yeah, you can't fault him for doing his job.
yeah. And so honestly, you know, I don't really believe that the other impeachment counts in a way because the reports out there. There's really little evidence for Trump's proceedings and business in Russia that he actually did anything wrong. But apparently, these calls that he's having with Governor Kemp are borderline like federal perjury and treason, asking him to overturn these election results and doing whatever he can.
Sheesh. That's like, I mean, like you at some point you have to know that you lost, right?
I think he
And I
does.
mean, the the only thing that you have to like that we have to look forward to now is the meeting of the electoral college and them casting all their votes and stuff. I mean, do you think Biden will lose with some faithless electors?
No, no, they'll do their job because the Supreme Court can charge them for not voting how their states voted, and it's happened before. So no, the Electoral College, they're going to put in their votes. Biden will be officially elected. And I don't know what it is, but obviously we all know that Trump doesn't like to lose. But I'm like I would still understand it if he wanted to run in 2024, but him not conceding at this point and just continuing to fight, to me, it should hurt his reputation with his own base because he's like in this delusional reality where he thinks he won.
I think
Well, I
if it,
feel like he's. Oh, sorry, you got it.
I think if he would have actually conceded, I think he would have won a lot of respect from people. If it actually conceded, but
My thing is that like he has. I mean, you said yourself, Jared, that he's. I mean, pretty delusional and stuff. I thought a lot of his like base. I mean, like you guys said about your dad, his like hardcore followers. They're not gonna be really phased by this. I mean, I feel like more rational Republicans are the ones that he's losing. The other ones, though, the regular everyday Trump supporter who is just like insane over the guy, this is nothing to them. They're still going to support him in 2024 if he decides to run.
I just think even the normal Republicans are starting to lose credibility at this point by not saying that Trump lost officially. So they're going to make it even more difficult to win Congress here in a couple years and even future presidential elections the more they hold out this delusion of reality.
So I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask you both this question. I'm going to leave it at that. Is this? Are we seeing the death of the Republican Party right now?
No.
No,
No.
Oh,
not at all.
No. You're seeing the death of a version of it. But once upon a time, the Democrats were the ones who believed in busing and segregation and Jim Crow laws. So then you saw the death of a version of that party, and they just have to evolve
Oh yeah.
again. It'll happen. Like I'd say, give it another year. But no, they're not. They're not gonna die down. It's just a version. Parties are always changing, and the Republicans aren't going anywhere either.
I mean, maybe this will open up the possibility for people like Joe to get a bigger shot in the future.
People like Joe.
Side note: if you guys ever,
Joe Jorgensen.
yeah, look up Coping MAGA. That Twitter account, because that Twitter account is it's everything, dude. It is so funny.
I haven't seen it.
Oh man, it's just pretty much a bunch of delusional Trump fans being angry over the election. Some they today a picture of somebody saying that the Supreme Court has failed us and they're throwing out their that they're throwing out their Constitution book.
And what kills me about that is Trump is one of the only few presidents that's gotten to do this. He selected 3 Supreme Court justices. He's got 3 Supreme Court justices up there in D.C., and they still shot these cases down. Like, they're following the law. There's nothing that can be done. At some point, you just have to take the L and go home.
Yep. Oh, they said that the 3 justices stabbed him in the back too, man. That was oh man, God, it's good. But yeah, you guys want to move on to some more news?
Sure, no doubt.
We definitely got some big news from the Disney investors meeting. Was it yesterday?
2 days ago for us. So Thursday was Disney Investors Day, and they released like a ton of information.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like basically all the good media that's about to be coming out in the next couple of years is going to be all Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Disney's
honestly, the way
about to have
Warner,
a couple of years.
yeah. Well, I'm excited about Disney. All the stuff they announced for Disney Plus and their movies. I'm also excited to see how this Warner Brothers deal turns out for all parties involved, because apparently a lot of actors and agents and everybody else in Hollywood is pissed off with Warner Brothers deciding that all their movies next year are going to release on HBO Max the same day, because actors, as you two probably know, like Robert Downey Jr., he was starting to get percentages in his contracts for box office sales. And a lot of actors have that type of deal. May not be as big as like RDJ and Iron Man, but they still have that type of deal for like maybe a small percentage of the box office. Well, with Warner Brothers announcing that their movies were going to go straight to streaming same day as theaters, the actors, agents, and everybody else involved just lost like a ton of money. And so there's a lot of people pissed off about that. And I know in these inner circles of Hollywood, we're all hoping for the theaters to come back. And I would assume that by the time a vaccine is widely distributed, they will come back. So you know, yeah, I don't know how you two feel about that, but to me, I don't think the theater
I feel
is
like
a
before you
dying.
know it,
What? I was just gonna say that to me, the theater doesn't seem like a dying industry because once this vaccine is widespread, I think a lot of people will return to the theaters.
oh yeah, I I think you might see even more movie theaters pop up. I mean, just imagine because we had to hold out on a bunch of stuff this year, just all the movies, TV shows.
Well, I think that Warner is extremely smart for doing this. Um, personally, because
It
I
was a
mean, right
great business
now there's
strategy
not
for
a lot of
them.
money to be made. Yeah, there's not a lot of money to be made in movie and releasing your movies in the theater because I mean they didn't know that the vaccine was going to be releasing now and going to be more widespread in the next year. They're making moves for themselves, and but the thing to me is they're not gonna those movies that are coming out on the same day on HBO Max. They're not gonna be there forever. They're only gonna be there for like a month, I believe. So I mean,
Yeah,
people
yeah.
only have that much time to watch those movies.
Yeah,
So
but
then I
so
mean, and movies stay in the theaters for longer than a month. So I mean, I think it's more people are getting upset about it for no reason.
well, I'll tell you why they're getting upset. Colton, do you pay for HBO Max?
Yes, I do.
Do you, Arthur?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. But I guarantee this: the day after Wonder Woman comes out, I bet I have an HD copy for free because piracy is too easy on streaming. It'll be everywhere. The day it releases on an app, an HD copy will be available for everybody to view for free, and the companies like Warner Brothers are going to lose even more money doing it like that.
Sorry, are you admitting to being an internet pirate, Jared?
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude, piracy is not a victimless crime, bro. Like I know you saw those warnings before, dude. It's time to pack it up. It's 2020, bro. You got money.
that's true.
Yeah, I got money, which is why I go to theaters and pay for like 3 streaming services. But I also will not pay for a bunch of streaming services. And so I use apps to also watch TV. And hey, if Wonder Woman 1984 pops up on that app the next day and it's an HD copy, who's to say I'm not going to watch it like a million other people?
Hey, it is what it is. At least they're not doing Premier Access and making you pay like an extra $30 fee like Disney did.
Well,
Yeah, well, Jared, these people, the other millions of people aren't admitting to doing this on a nationally syndicated podcast. Unheard of.
yeah, nationally syndicated. I'm even famous YouTubers even famous YouTubers admit to this. Like we all watch. I mean, I don't know about you, Arthur, actually, but I know me and Colton watch Emergency Awesome for all the Marvel news, and our boy Charlie.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes he'll be doing videos with the leaked images and everything else. So I know that people with millions of followers and everything are doing this exact same thing.
Well, a leaked image that got online is different than like a whole movie or
Yeah,
TV
that is
show.
different.
But I mean, also of course I'm a big fan of Emergency Awesome. I've been slacking on my Emergency Awesome game. You know, shout out Charlie. I mean, if he ever sees this, I'm a big fan. But um, but yeah, it's different.
I'm
But
just
also,
saying.
I mean, when the movie comes out, you say you go and buy to the theater and buy a movie ticket, right? So a ticket for you, a ticket for your wife, and a ticket for your small son. Uh, that that costs more than a subscription to HBO Max, which you can just have at home.
It's about the experience to me. I can't get freshly made popcorn at the house and sit in these electric reclining seats and have like a
You
200-inch
don't
screen.
you don't have a recliner at your house, dude?
Not one like the movie theaters.
I kind of agree with Jared on that. It is to me. It's about the experience. I mean, I know it's way cheaper on the HBO Max, but like, and I even have a projector in my house. But to me, the movie theater experience is just so nice for me. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah.
Well, to me, the movie theater experience is a little it's a little uh overrated.
For some.
Maybe overpriced,
Because
Well,
I
not
mean, you
overrated.
gotta you gotta you gotta stand in. Sometimes you may go to a movie and somebody's got their baby with them, the baby's screaming. You might be going to a packed theater. People are talking throughout the movie. People are, acting fools. Give me a movie and let me watch it instead of in the theater at home. That's nice to me. I
you
guess I
go
just don't like people.
you go into the wrong times, man. Like honestly, uh like yeah, I like watching movies on opening
Yes.
nights, but at the same time, like sometimes I'll go to matinee shows, which most of the time I actually do. I'll wait till like a Saturday or Sunday morning to go watch a movie, and because for one, cheaper price tickets, and there's like hardly anybody in the theater, so you're just chilling watching the movie, and like yeah, when I talk about experience, like I've seen a couple movies in the Dolby theater, which is in AMC's. It's kind of like IMAX. I actually the first one I saw was Black Panther actually, and I'm telling you, like when T'Challa comes crashing down, like he shoots down that jet and he's up, he's like, I'm not dead. Like I thought that plane crashed in the theater right next to me. I mean, I was so amazed at the sound and everything. You can't get that type of stuff at home.
Yeah. And you can't get
Uh,
those amazing audience
overrated.
reactions like watching Avengers Endgame with a packed out theater.
I don't I don't know. I don't want those reactions. Like I mean, I watched Endgame in a pretty packed theater, and everybody when Doctor Strange, brought everybody back. People were reacting so loud. I didn't even get to hear Captain America say um, "Avengers Assemble."
Yeah.
Dang, I heard it.
And see, I watched Endgame at like a 10:30 in the morning showing, so I didn't get all that. But I have had that before, and I will agree that that's annoying because I went to go see Shazam for early access with like a Fandango membership or whatever. I don't know. I got to see it like 2 weeks before it came out, and everybody there was just going crazy, and I
Yeah.
couldn't hear actual
Oh
dialogue,
wow.
in important scenes.
What is there to even go crazy about in Shazam? What when like
There ain't that much.
Superman's chest pops up at the end? And
No,
they're like, "It's Superman."
like
Like
when the
what?
whole
Like,
family,
I mean,
when
not
the
not taking anything away from the movie. It was a good movie,
there was a bunch of good DC
but
fans
I mean, I
there.
don't I don't think there's anything to get that excited for.
Well, like when the whole family gets their powers.
Me and Arthur got to go.
I guess you got to be a hardcore DC fan. yeah. I mean, you're right. But also, Jared, I can't go to a matinee show and like I think I've said this show before. It feels like I'm
You
committing
have
a crime. It does not feel right to go
it.
into a movie
It
theater
don't
that's
feel
dark
right.
and then come out
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the day it's 12 o'clock. The
Hey,
sun is bright as hell. Like I can't do that.
y'all
I
just
want to come out
wait.
of the movie and it's dark.
I did
Y'all
that.
just y'all just wait till y'all have 2 kids, and it's hard to get a babysitter at 10:30 at night.
I mean, it probably is hard getting a babysitter when you live in Colorado.
That's the sacrifice of having kids, I guess, and I'm glad I don't have any of those.
It's all good. We're actually getting off topic. Um, what what were some of the
That's true. Sorry, people.
we literally brought up the Disney Plus announcements, and now we're talking about theater experiences. That's how we do it around here. Um,
Well, you
hey,
brought up Warner Brothers, and then
I
they
had
lost to
to
the movie theaters.
I had to bring it up because everybody keeps dissing on the theater, and I know it's not dying.
Sure.
It's coming back, people. It's coming back. So, anywho,
I've seen one movie in the theater since the pandemic, and
only one has
I was the only
released.
person there.
Only one movie has released.
No,
That's not true.
there's been a couple.
New Mutants came out.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
the one I saw.
What else?
I'm sorry. Only one movie that people were actually
Which sucked.
anticipating seeing
Tenet?
came out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
true.
one
If
I
you didn't-
will agree with.
Yeah, Tenet was really good. I'm
Yeah,
glad I
I
saw
still
it.
ain't
in
seen
theaters.
it.
I wish I would have saw it twice.
That's what I'm talking about, though. There's only one movie, which was Tenet, came out, and that was one that people actually wanted to see. All the other ones, you can just go ahead and kiss off.
Yeah, even New
Kiss
Mutants,
off.
even up to like 10 years to come out.
New Mutants, you
I
could
mean,
already
wasn't that
tell it
movie
was going to be a
garbage?
dumpster fire. Disney knew it was
It
so bad
was.
when they acquired Fox that they waited till a pandemic to release it because it was so bad.
That's tragic. I feel
I
bad
mean,
for
hey.
Maisie, dude. Like, I loved her in Game of Thrones.
Honestly, Fox didn't know what they were doing anyways. With the last few X-Men films, the only good thing they had going, with in the end, was Deadpool and Logan.
That's facts.
Yeah,
Because in like the last 3 X-Men films, the only scenes that I've actually really liked was when Wolverine appeared in like Days of Future Past, and all the Quicksilver scenes because those were filmed pretty
Oh, yeah.
amazingly.
Their Quicksilver was way better than the MCU Quicksilver.
Yeah,
by
like
far.
Evan Peters was really good, and they like the way they shot the scenes looked really cool. But other than that, those movies kind of suck.
but I mean, they have 2 movies with Quicksilver. I mean, we only got one
3.
with Quicksilver, and he was like a 3.
They have
my
3.
fault. And he was like a side character.
Yeah, but his
Like-
Quicksilver in the X-Men movies, his just the way they shot his scenes, his running and everything was just so much better and cleaner than the Quicksilver in the MCU.
Like
Well,
when he's
I mean, I feel like the difference in those 2 instances are like the X-Men's Fox's Quicksilver was shot for comedy, and Marvel's
What?
Quicksilver wasn't shot for comedy. Wait, what?
comedy. Those were not
Do you not
comical.
see the stuff he does whenever he runs?
He, like,
Yeah, he does a
sits
little
on
funny stuff,
cheese.
but it's not
He does a lot of
completely
funny stuff.
comical.
What are you,
Those were more so shot
bro?
to be
His spin is
visually.
hilarious. He messes. He
Hey, those were more shot to be visually
he
entertaining
messes with people,
than
like,
comical.
pokes people in the face, and like like he does funny stuff because I mean that character is funny in that. I feel like Marvel. I mean, yeah. Well, the MCU's Quicksilver wasn't really shot for comedy. You know what I'm saying?
You
He
didn't
wasn't
see
funny
that
at all.
coming?
Well, yeah, I
Yeah, I
mean,
was like the funniest part. I mean, his funniest line was, "You didn't see that coming," and then he died.
yeah. But that's what I'm saying. That's all that Fox got right in those last three films for X-Men.
Yeah,
I mean, hey,
but
we don't know we don't know
what were we
what
even
Flash
talking about?
does. We don't know what Flash does with Iris when he's running at light speed, okay? We don't know. So, nobody knows what these fast people do in their free time. That's all I'm saying.
But I'm
Mm.
sorry. I got another tangent. Back to Disney
Nah,
and them making all their announcements.
nah. I'm
Jared,
not
what
finished.
what
I'm not finished
shows?
with my tangent. I'm not finished. No.
No.
Yeah.
No, hold on. I'm just saying that apocalypse scene where Evan Peters is saving the entire X mansion is one of the best scenes that was ever shot in a superhero film. Now we can move on.
Yeah, I mean, it was really good. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not knocking Fox's uh, Quicksilver. I'm not. I'm
Wait, wait,
saying
wait, wait,
it's
wait,
really
wait,
good,
wait, wait,
but I'm
wait,
saying
wait.
their Quicksilver and the MCU's Quicksilver are different. They're just different characters.
You gonna put that scene, Jared? You gonna put that scene of him in the mansion over Tobey Maguire saying, "I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye"?
Yeah. Come on now.
Shut up.
I will not put it in the same
Oh
category
my god.
emotionally as when Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man saves everybody on the train.
I mean, yeah, but those scenes are different. They're shot different, and they're just different. You know what I'm saying? But
I just
but
had to get that in there.
I get what you're saying, Jared. I can't take anything away from what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? But those are obviously two different characters, and one and use Quicksilver was pretty much fodder to prop up Wanda's character.
Who by the way lost her accent after one movie. I'm not
Yeah,
forgetting that Emily Olsen.
Hey man, she got a
Elizabeth Olsen.
she got Americanized, bro. Don't worry
Elizabeth,
about it.
sorry.
Yeah, what did you call her?
Emily. I don't know, it just came out. I knew it was
Get out of here.
Elizabeth.
Um, you got the E right, I guess. Um, but okay, back to Disney Plus. Back to their announcements. Jared, what is the top three shows and or movies that you are excited about in the next 2 years that are coming out on Disney Plus or to the
Hmm.
movies?
Trying to think. Top three shows. And this isn't gonna just be Marvel.
Top
Okay,
three.
so I'll do my top three shows,
You
and then I'll
include
go into
Star Wars
movies.
too.
Yeah. I'm gonna include Star
Oh yeah,
Wars.
we can include Star Wars too because Disney announced that as well.
Yep. So top three shows first. I'm looking forward to the Star Wars spin-off, Rangers of the Republic, for one, because I already know the Ahsoka series is probably going to be really good. So, Rangers of the Republic. I'm also looking forward to God, WandaVision, even though it's already been announced. It's coming out in January, and it looks really cool. I mean, they just go through like different decades of television, and the latest trailer kind of has the storyline coming out a bit more, where her mind Elizabeth Olsen, who plays Wanda. I got that wrong before. Her mind starts to kind of lose it, and you can see bits of it in the trailer. So that looks really cool. And if I had to think of a third show, I'm not really sure. Uh, Marvel's What If also looks pretty cool, and I'm sure I'm drawing a blank right now.
Yeah.
But those shows I'm looking
All
kind of
right.
forward to. Um, Actually, I'm sorry. I would take out What If for Moon Knight, but I don't know when it's coming out. And
Mm.
Oh yeah.
but I know Moon Knight is going to be really cool, and apparently um, Oscar Isaac is supposed to play him, and I think that's going to be really good. So those would be my top three shows.
That was a really good casting.
Yeah,
Isn't Moon Knight just like the Marvel's version of Batman, and he's just like more tortured though?
yeah, yeah. He's basically Marvel's Batman, but I mean, hey, I'm looking
But
forward to it
his
still.
power, he's actually got powers though.
Yeah, yeah, he does.
But all right, Colton, same question.
All right. Well, um I'm gonna put Spider-Man at the top. Spider-Man 3. Just because of all the craziest things, all the announcements with the castings,
I want to
like I
talk
haven't.
about I want to talk about Spider-Man after
Okay,
this.
Yeah, we can talk
hold on,
about
wait,
that
hold
in a
on, wait.
minute.
Let's 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 do shows first. We'll talk
Oh,
about shows first, then we can talk about the movies we're excited for.
okay, okay. All right, whatever. I'm gonna have to go WandaVision, just because it's setting up basically the entire Phase 4 of the MCU, and it does look really, really cool. And then I'm gonna have to go with Loki, and then I'll probably go with the Obi-Wan series
All right, all right.
Yeah, I left that out of mine. I forgot about it.
Well, me,
with Hayden Christensen
yeah, true.
returning.
Um, all right. So my top three: Ahsoka, of course, because I mean, I love Ahsoka. Um, what's next? I just want to do. I'm gonna do one Star Wars because I'm excited for all the Star Wars. But the one I'm most excited for is Ahsoka because I mean, Obi-Wan. They're gonna have a lot of explaining to do in the Obi-Wan show. So I am you know I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see how it turns out. But number two, WandaVision. I mean, everybody's excited for that. It's going to be the first little taste of Marvel we get in a year. So that's going to be really exciting. And my third one is going to be What If. Really I've been waiting for What If forever.
Yeah, that's
Like
gonna be
I'm
really, really
I'm beyond
good.
excited to watch What If.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm excited for right now at show wise.
So I would agree. Yeah, those are really good choices. But as far as the Obi-Wan series goes, I don't think they have to do a lot of explaining. They because it doesn't have to be Obi-Wan and Darth Vader, right? Because technically, a lot of shows focus on two separate stories. Like Hayden Christensen and Darth Vader can have their own little side quests and everything else. It's not like he has to be going after Obi-Wan all the time.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, I don't think that it's going to be just centered around Obi-Wan and Darth Vader. But if they do end up meeting in the show and having
oh,
another battle,
they definitely will.
like how are they gonna explain that? Because of what happened in like episode 4, like when they fought for what was presumed the second time and final time, but now it's gonna be a third
Well,
time
you
in
well
between those two.
you hear Darth Vader say to Obi-Wan when they're fighting, he said, "You should not have come back." That could be like referring to like maybe he's come up there before.
Well, like I said, I think it's more so going to be about both of their stories, except it'll be more centered on Obi-Wan, but we're going to see bits and pieces of Hayden Christensen's Darth Vader and how he gets to where, to what Darth Vader actually becomes.
Honest,
Next question: Is
okay.
Hayden Christensen gonna be voicing Darth Vader now?
I think he's going to be in the costume as well, doing all of it.
I don't know. I
I'm
mean,
just I'm just excited to see
I mean,
some.
it seems cool on the surface, but I just hope they are able to execute it well.
Well, based off The Mandalorian, I would say if they got the same type of people in charge, Dave Filoni and all, if he's involved, if Jon Favreau's involved, I'll believe in the project.
Yep. I'm sorry. Well, I think we cut you off. What were you about to say?
I was gonna say I'm just excited to see like Darth Vader make another return, just because like his scene in Rogue One was just so good. Like I just want to see him just go off on people, just like he did in
Oh
Rogue
yeah.
One.
I mean, I love Darth Vader.
And Rogue One was such a great film.
I mean, listen. I'm an Empire sympathizer, dude. Hey, listen, Palpatine, one of the best villains of all time. But I just hope they do right by the characters in this show and make it good.
They will. They will. I would not worry about it. So far, they know what they're doing with the Star Wars series and standalone films. I won't say the same about the continuation of the movies, but
As long as JJ ain't involved, I think we'll be all right.
yeah,
Yeah, I would say. I mean, in these movies, as long as they keep J.J. Abrams away from Star Wars, perfectly fine.
He should have stayed with Star Trek because he did such a good job with Star Trek, and then came and ruined Star Wars.
Absolutely.
yep. So, if I go ahead and go into my 3 movies, at the bottom of the list, I'll have Spider-Man 3, and I'll explain why in a little bit. But then in my top 2, uh, I would probably say I'm a little excited for the MCU's version of the Fantastic Four that was finally announced. And here's the big one for me, and it kind of goes off WandaVision, but Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is going to be really cool for me.
Did you see the announcement they made? It ain't. I heard that Toby is set to star in that too, that would
Well,
make sense because Sam Raimi directed the original Spider-Man trilogy.
yeah, I mean, we can talk about that here in a minute when everybody gets their movies, because I have a lot of thoughts about Spider-Man and all the quote-unquote news that's been coming out recently.
Um, but I'm sorry to jump back to the shows, but have you guys seen the new tracer
Trailer.
trailer that they put out for Loki?
Yes.
Yeah, I wasn't
Are you going
really
to refer to what I think you're referring to?
Yeah, I mean the like what was it, like a 3-minute trailer they put out? What was it
No,
yesterday
it
or
was
the day
only like
before?
it was only like a minute and a half or 2 minutes.
No, it was like almost three
Was it?
minutes,
Oh, okay,
Jared. It
I
was
thought
a
it was
big
3 minutes.
trailer.
Hold on, pimps.
Yeah, I mean they showed it. They showed a lot. But
I'm pretty sure it was like
what do you
two
think?
minutes
What do you
and
think about it,
45 seconds.
Colton?
Dude, I loved it. And what a lot of people probably didn't catch, unless you know the story, have y'all ever heard of DB Cooper?
Nah.
He
Nope.
like, it's a true story. Like he held a plane full of hostages and then like asked for like a bunch of money and then like
Does
jumped out of the plane and was never seen again. Never. And he
does
was wearing like a suit and tie and sunglasses. And then Loki's dressed exactly like that, and then jumps out of a plane and disappears to the Bifrost. But
does the
essentially,
what was his name? DB Frost?
who?
DB Cooper. No, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
DB Cooper.
yeah,
Does the DB and DB Cooper stand for Dig Big?
dude, it might, it might. But I thought that was really cool. But if you know the plot that they're going with the Loki show, it makes sense that that would actually be who he's trying to be right there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it. I'm just I don't know. I hope they do that show right too. I mean, because I mean,
Hey,
yeah,
it'll do.
Loki.
You got it.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, Loki died in like the main timeline, and well, I mean, I guess this is technically the main timeline too. So is he going? Did he go? Did he go back in time in the
No.
show?
No,
No, no, no. I mean, no. So it's basically an alternate timeline now because that Loki doesn't exist in the current MCU.
Oh yeah, that's a Loki from a yeah. Okay, I I got my stuff all mixed up. My fault.
You know how in the
But
beginning of the trailer it shows him getting the Tesseract from the Endgame clip?
yeah. I don't know why even
from that clip where I started in the movie.
you were an extra. I don't know if that counts as starring.
Hey, it does for me.
You missed the day.
Was your name in the credits?
No.
He missed a day of filming, and I'm pretty sure that he wasn't actually in the film.
I was in Jared. All the people that were there that day, I saw.
But you didn't see you.
Did you see yourself?
No, that you couldn't even see nobody.
Maybe they
'Cause
all
they had
made it the
like
next day.
blurred. All right, all right.
Well, hold on, wait, Cole. I get this. See, if you say you saw the people who you saw at filming, then how could you see yourself?
No. I'm not saying I saw them. I'm saying like I seen Tom Hiddleston and Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Hemsworth and Robert Redford. They was all there the day I was there.
Well, I mean, they're in the movie.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And Colton, who can you thank for getting that opportunity? Who told you that they were going to film and sent you the link to sign up to be an extra?
You. And it was one of the coolest things I've ever got to do. I got paid for it, but I'd have done it for free. That was awesome.
How were you compensated well? How much you get paid, dude?
Like $100.
Not bad, not bad, not bad.
Funny
But,
story. Funny story, and I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was in DC still whenever they were filming Endgame. No, I wasn't. We were in Georgia. I just couldn't make it because I had to work and all. But I was in DC when they were filming House of Cards, and I had planned to take 3 days of vacation because I was going to have a screen extra role in the last season of House of Cards, where I was going to be present on screen, where Kevin Spacey was like coming off Air Force One. He meets all the soldiers or whatever. I was going to have an actual role. And then, the first day of my vacation, when I'm supposed to go out to Maryland near Baltimore and film, all that stuff about Kevin Spacey came out, and they they did not film.
Well, that's some classic Jared luck right there, man. If you
It's
can
true.
if you, if you can be unlucky enough to have a whole tree branch fall on your head, of course, the day you're supposed to film with Kevin Spacey, it comes out that he's a total perv.
Yeah, they halted production that
Jeez.
day, and then like 2 weeks later he was fired, and then once they continued it with Robin Wright, I didn't sign up to be an extra anymore. I'm like, you know what? Maybe Robin Wright's got some sexual assault allegations, and I don't want to find out about them, so I'm not signing up anymore.
Nah, Jared was upset that his role model Kevin Spacey let him down. So he was like, I don't want to do the show anymore.
He's not a role model, but
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
I think all could agree that that show was not the same without him.
I never watched it.
Uh, I mean, if you're into politics, it's a really good show, but yeah, I mean, once they get rid of a main character, especially the main character, the show's never the same anymore.
Yeah.
So,
Um, but back to the movies, Colton. What are your top three movies that you're excited to see come out?
Of course, Spider-Man 3. And then Doctor Strange 2. And then the third one will probably have to be Thor: Love and Thunder. And this will also answer your question that you was asking before we went off on that tangent. The version of Loki that's going to be on the Loki show is going to be in the Thor: Love and Thunder movie.
Oh, okay, okay.
I don't know how, but somehow that's going to happen.
yeah, that doesn't sound right because the Thor
Well,
and
I mean,
I mean, if you've heard
if we're getting
Taika,
the Multiverse of Madness movie,
yeah, it makes
then
complete sense.
I mean that's in the multiverse. Anything can happen. Of course, Loki could worm his way into back into the main timeline.
And Taika's pretty much confirmed it because he's been asked about Loki. Is he going to be in the film? And he's always said he says it to everybody. He's like, "What's a Thor film without Loki?" Like he's definitely
That's
going to
right.
be in there.
But so my top three movies, they're I mean they're kind of the same, but I'm gonna be adding a Star Wars movie in there. So my top one is gonna be the Doctor Strange 2, and then number 2 is gonna be Rogue Squadron, the movie they announced about the the Rebel fighter jets. And number 3, no, I'm pretty excited for the third Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
And that holiday special.
Yeah, I'm more excited for the movie.
Obviously.
I think one of the most boring things they announced was the short series they're gonna do for I Am Groot. Like he's just
Yeah, I
gonna
feel like that's a waste of time.
yeah he's just gonna run around saying I am Groot for the entire series.
Um, Groot is the best character in Guardians of the Galaxy, so I don't know. I don't know what y'all talking about there.
He's great because he's complimentary, but you put him solo and he probably loses most of his value.
I mean, there's, there, I mean, he's not gonna be the only person on screen for 30 minutes saying "I am Groot." That's all. There's gonna be adventures and stuff that he gets into. That's but what version of Groot do you think we're gonna get in the third Guardians of the Galaxy movie? You think he'll be back to Vin Diesel adult Groot?
No, he'll probably be like young adult, but I mean, I think they said, the original Groot that died in the first one, he was like he was like an aged Groot. I mean, he had been living for a while. Uh, so no, I think we get like maybe a young adult Groot.
So I mean, if he was like a teenager and like what Infinity War, um, then yeah, he should probably be like young adult.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
Shoot. I'll tell y'all what. Talking about Spider-Man. I think Spider-Man 3 will be good. I think it will. And
all right,
obviously,
Hank Hill.
huh?
I said, all right, Hank Hill. I'll tell you what.
Hey. And also shout out to Marvel. I reminded because I saw myself in the screen wearing my Black Panther shirt, but they officially announced, T'Challa's not going to get recast out of respect for Chadwick Boseman. So they're just going to take it in another story. I'm sure Shuri will get the title of Black Panther. I'm pretty excited to see what happens there. Who knows? But respect to Marvel for, honoring Chadwick's legacy on that character. And going back to Spider-Man 3. So, as everybody knows,
But I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but um, I don't know. Like, it's a movie. I mean, rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. But I wouldn't care to. I mean, if they recast him, like, I mean, he didn't create the character. He just portrayed him.
I mean, yeah, but there's already comic stories of where Shuri becomes the Black Panther anyways, so why not just go ahead and explore those?
True.
You know? I mean, at least if they're gonna do that, I would at least cast him to die on screen.
I don't know. Maybe they do a digital Chadwick just to die again.
No, they've done come out and said they're not doing any digital versions of them.
That I say that would be a mistake
They've already got
because
video of
people would
him
be
fading
very
away
upset if they watch. Oh, really?
from Infinity War.
Oh, you're talking about an Endgame. I thought you. I mean, in Infinity War, dude. I thought you were talking about Chadwick Boseman on his deathbed or something.
Oh,
like they got
God.
video of him dying. I was
They had
like,
the Marvel
oh
crew.
my God. Where's that
No.
video? Because I want to see it. But no. I mean, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be upset if they had recast him just to have him die, so Shuri can take
I
it.
don't.
Because I don't.
I
I
don't.
mean,
I don't think you should recast him for a death scene. I feel like you can explain his death without having to actually film that. But I mean, I feel like I don't have a problem with them recasting T'Challa though in the future if they want to.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm twisted. Listen, if I
I
wanted
just
to
I
see
just don't feel like
a
it's
video
necessary
of,
for a death scene.
I'm not even gonna say it again. Um, but I get it. But I'm sorry. Back to Spider-Man 3. We've gotten on so many tangents this week. We're just all excited for the Marvel and the Disney announcements. But back to Spider-Man 3, Jared.
All right. So anybody that's listening to this podcast knows that Spider-Man is probably my favorite superhero. However, even though I think the MCU has done a decent job, just decent so far, um,
Oh
they
wow.
like, yeah, I'll say it, and if you want to argue about it, I'll argue. But
Oh jeez.
so they've made so many announcements, but nothing has been official coming from Marvel. Okay, so they're talking about now. Tobey Maguire wants to like $15 million to come back, and they say Andrew Garfield has officially signed, but that's not official. Like nothing has come from Marvel, and if everybody will remember when they released the trailer from Far From Home, everybody immediately thought multiverse because Mysterio came through and he was like, "Yeah, this is Earth 636," which is a huge comic book storyline that leads into the multiverse. And then they played us.
616.
Yeah, yeah, 616, and they played us. So I'm not getting my hopes up. I know Doctor
They
Strange is
didn't
gonna do.
necessarily play us.
They played us. They played us. They
They might
played
have played
us.
you. Anybody knows that Mysterio is a liar and a villain.
Yeah, I mean you knew that about that, but anybody could have thought with like Tony Stark's snap, maybe it did open like a different reality. You never know. It was explained well in the trailer, but and even like Infinity War, there were scenes in that trailer of Hulk that we obviously didn't get because he was only in the film for like 3 minutes. And so Marvel knows what they're doing. They play us for attention. But until anything is officially announced, I'm not going to get my hopes up. And I don't think Spider-Man should have all these different characters they're talking about, with like Doctor Octopus returning, Jamie Foxx's Electro, and then all these different Spider-Men, because anytime you jam pack a Spider-Man film, we know how that goes. Toby has a film like that. Andrew Garfield has a film like that.
Um,
So I wouldn't get my hopes
Into the
up.
Spider-Verse.
No,
They
just
did it
like too
well,
many
but that's a
villains.
cartoon. Like live action can't really ever do it that well.
Why not? I mean,
I
they
don't
could
think I don't
they
I
could
don't
have
think they're gonna
easily
do it how
made.
you think they're gonna do it though.
I mean, they could have easily made Into the Spider Verse a live action movie. It's a good Spider Man movie.
Like if the old villains just cameo for like 2 minutes, then that's cool. But if there's like a
Well,
focus on all these other
Yeah,
Spider-Man and their villains, then it's not gonna work.
I think you're gonna have more of a
yeah.
focus on Toby and Andrew's Spider-Man, but not so much as all these other characters that are being announced.
But
And I don't even
Yeah,
think Toby and Andrew's gonna get that much time.
yeah. I don't. I mean, this is Tom Holland's Spider Man
Because if they
movie,
was, I think they'd actually give him what he wants.
but
hey,
they're gonna do it well. They're gonna do it well.
and how are they supposed to help Tom Holland's Spider-Man? Like this whole movie should be about him clearing his name at this point because he's been outed as Spider-Man and everybody thinks he's a killer.
Hey, dude. Hey, man, Matt Murdock's gonna do that for him.
Yeah, supposedly he's
I
supposed
was
to be
about
in
to
there
say,
too.
dude, I heard that Daredevil is gonna. Somebody said the opening shot of the movie should be Peter Parker sitting in court and Matt Murdock is defending him, dude.
That'd be
That'd be
awesome.
pretty cool.
Like I said, the MCU they've done a decent
But
job, so I won't count them out yet. But
You shouldn't.
it just sounds like a bunch of characters. getting congested.
I seen a meme. I seen a
I don't.
meme
I don't.
today. I wouldn't be surprised if Buddy from Spider-Man 2 showed up saying, "Where's my rent?"
Yeah, true. Now somebody said Keanu Reeves is confirmed to reprise his role uh, as Neo in the Matrix in Spider-Man 3. Just like so many stupid characters that they're all going to be in Spider-Man 3. But I don't think Marvel would, we would have those rumblings of all these characters that are going to be in this movie if they wouldn't be able to do it right. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe. I hope they're not getting too ambitious because I gotta tell you, story wise, I haven't been too impressed with the MCU Spider-Man.
I mean, Civil War was
Talking about them
awful.
piggybacking, him having to piggyback off of Tony Stark the whole time.
The entire time. Even when Tony Stark
Well,
is
yeah, I
dead,
mean,
he's still using his equipment to make suits and everything else.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying, but I feel like that's them going in a different direction with Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, he is. We're not watching a senior in high school Peter go from just getting bitten and then becoming an adult. Like he's like really a teenager. He needs mentoring. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I see where they're coming from. Putting him under Tony Stark's wing, but I forgot what I was about to say. I was I don't know. I made a statement. Never mind. Somebody else go.
But his mentor is dead. Tony Stark is dead in the MCU, and yet Spider-Man
well now
still needs him.
Doctor.
Well, if your mentor dies, are you just gonna get over it?
That's what Nick Fury was for, I thought. I thought he was supposed to come in and start training Spider-Man.
No man, Nick Fury's got other things to worry about, man, like space and stuff.
Like space and stuff.
All I'm saying, like, I know, I think it was John Watts or Kevin Feige had an interview where they talked about that scene where Tom Holland is, like, building his own suit. I'm like, no, he's not. He's in a Stark plane using a Stark suit creator. I said
he designed
Tony Stark.
it. He didn't build it.
I was like, Tony Stark is still creating that suit. That's what's happening.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. You were talking about how there are a lot of people supposedly that's going to be in Spider-Man, and I said Civil War was an ensemble movie. Like, I mean, that was still really good.
Yeah, and that's why I say I'm not
mean,
counting them out because
Endgame, Infinity War.
right, like I said, I'm not counting them out because in those movies those characters didn't appear for very long. They were just there for what they needed to be there for, like the battle, and that was
Stories are
it.
still fleshed out pretty good.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because like Civil War, the focus is still basically just Cap and Tony's mindsets the entire time.
Well, yeah.
And in game, you only get all those characters on screen for a small bit. Like they're just there for the final battle. Infinity War does a really good job of separating the storylines, but like Spider-Man, one character who the focus should be on. But yeah, if they do it like Civil War, I won't count them out because I think they could do it like that in a way. But
No, you're right. But I mean, I don't know. I'm definitely excited for it. I'm ready. Basically, I'm sitting at the table ready to eat on all this Disney content that's about to come out.
yeah,
It's like a buffet at this point.
I'm telling them to feed me more, and especially their other series like the FX stuff that's coming out. I mean, I'm ready for another season of Atlanta, personally. Like, and Donald Glover has already said that the next two seasons of Atlanta are going to be amazing. And like the only thing that they can compare to is, but what was that? What was that one show that ended with the black screen at the end? Um, The Sopranos.
Wow.
Um, so he said the only one that can touch us is The Sopranos. So I'm excited for that. And then also we get 4 more seasons of Always Sunny, more American Horror Story. Like these next couple of years are going to be really good content wise.
Are you still a fan of American Horror Story at this point?
Of course.
Why wouldn't we be?
It just feels like the quality has been lost the past few years.
I mean, I see how you could say that, especially coming from the the election season that came out. But I don't know. I feel like they tell really good stories, and now that they're showing more that it's all connected. To me, I'm invested now. They got me totally invested. I'm sold. I love
Okay.
it. But yeah. I mean,
And
shout out to the Disney overlords.
if Sony and Marvel keep their word, then we're actually supposed to get our first footage of Spider-Man before the end of the year. Um, so who knows? Maybe we'll get a better idea of what they're doing for that film real soon.
I mean, I doubt we'll get the trailer.
No, I'm not saying a trailer. They're just saying footage. Like we'll get maybe a small scene or something before the end of the year.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. But I don't know. As we wind down from this extremely geeky episode of of Unheard of. Um, Jared, you got any closing thoughts for the people? Or do you have anything else you want to talk about?
Man, not really. Not really. I mean, hey, if y'all want to get into this Spider-Man debate, I'll tell y'all right now. I'll go for another 30 minutes because I got things to say. But
Yeah, just shoot him an email at 4degrees 2babies at hotmail.com. And yeah, you guys can have all the Spider-Man discourse you want.
no, I got beef, especially with people like my own brother, Colton. We got beef.
Hey,
So
man.
all I'm saying, there's some emotional chords that the MCU hasn't been able to hit yet, and I can go into a lot of detail in one show about that. But I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't
I
get into it.
mean, hey,
It sounds like you're trying to bait him into it right now.
Maybe I am, but I
they
won't.
they ain't gotta get you with any emotional chords. Them just
But
casting Tom Holland at the right age for Spider-Man is all they needed to do, and they already casted the best Spider-Man.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, all right. No. I'm not saying he can't
Yeah,
be the best
40-year-old Tobey
Spider-Man.
Maguire school trying to be 18.
40? Nah.
here, tell me what's
Y'all go back. He was more. He
All them adults look like they're 40 in that freaking school.
he was close to 30, but yeah, at the same time, in
They were
in
over.
that age, that's what high school film looked like. They cast people in their 30s all the time. Go back to look at 90s, and anyways, in that movie, they're only in high school for like 30 minutes of it. So it strictly focuses on it as an adult, really.
Well, I mean that like to me, that's why I like the MCU Spider-Man because they show him as a teenager for
Like he's
longer.
supposed to be.
Like the other the other movies, I mean, like I said, they cast an older person and Peter's a senior in high school, and then he's an adult in the next film. Like, I mean, you've officially baited us into more Spider-Man. I'm sorry, people.
Listen here.
Uh,
I'm not saying I don't want to see.
Jared, you got anything else for the people, dog?
First of all, I'm not saying I don't want to see a teenage Spider-Man because I think Holland's doing a good job. But it's about scripts and the stories to me also. And there's been some stuff that the MCU's missed. But I won't get into it. I won't get into it. Maybe for another week.
What? You
Uh,
want another Uncle Ben death? Is that what you want, Jared?
no, I'm not saying that at all. There's not a scene yet in the MCU like where Gwen Stacy dies, and there's definitely not the effects from like the Amazing Spider-Man trilogy. Those effects were amazing, and there's not an emotional scene yet like Tobey's Spider-Man where he literally saves a train of people from their death, and then they're all like pulling them back to the train to safety because they know that this man just saved their life. There's not a scene like that in the MCU Spider-Man yet. So they're not actually
There's
being
also
really
not a
emotional.
scene.
Even everybody being brought back to life from the blip as they call it was put out as a joke. They put everybody playing like their band instruments in a funny high school clip instead of that actually being something to tackle.
That was funny.
But everything is
Yeah,
funny
you
in the
said it's funny.
MCU.
Um, not everything.
I tell you what, there wasn't a scene. At least there wasn't a scene of Tom Holland against the window saying, "Am I not allowed to get what I want, what I need?" That's what Toby
That was a
did.
good scene.
That was a good. Okay. It was
Now,
cringy, is what it was.
now Tobey Maguire crying over Uncle Ben doesn't look as good.
Well, I mean, call me whatever.
Wasn't dressed in black either.
Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man or Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man literally send an alien out of a spaceship into space, dude.
True.
Hey, the MCU's done some cool stuff, but all
Or
I'm saying
almost
is,
get Thanos' gauntlet off.
hey, like I said, it's cool to see those storylines, but literally everything in the MCU is a joke until they come to the end of a 10-year saga, and then they can actually kill people and make it emotional.
I mean,
Well.
aren't Captain America's movies really emotional?
Not really. Not like super
He ain't got
emotional.
nothing to debate now.
I got
His
everything to
movies are
debate.
serious. I mean, even
Colton said I got nothing to
Iron
debate,
Man
but
3?
there wasn't a point being asked really.
Oh, I said, I mean, they have serious movies in the MCU,
They've got action movies. Even
but
even nobody liked
I
Thor until he
mean, yeah,
became funny.
they're those are just
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I like the first Thor movie. The second one was bad.
The first two were quite boring.
Yeah, they
I
were.
like the first one, but but anyways, I feel like we could have more talk about this for another hour or so. But in the interest of you know keeping it nice and tight, um,
So she
uh,
said.
you you got any, you wanna give us a nice little wrapper up, Jared?
Yeah,
Any
yeah,
takeaways? Anything for the people?
yeah. I'll give out some thoughts. Um, my first thought is if anybody wants to come on this show and debate Spider-Man or any other MCU topic, I'll be glad to. I don't care. I'll
Jared,
debate.
I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to come back now.
Oh, come back, come back. We'll debate, and I'll blow you off the floor. Anyways, that's the first thing.
That's a little weird, but okay.
Second thing is, hey, you want it? I'll give it to you. So,
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
second thing is
Oh man.
holidays are coming up. Um, obviously my family doesn't want me at their events. That's why they're having it without me there. But that's cool. I would still say, for everybody to spend time with their families. Um, Unheard of might actually have another week break. The week of Christmas. Who knows? We'll see what's going to happen, but just be prepared. We might try and shoot a holiday special, but who knows? And lastly, if you listen to this show and you're not a big Marvel, Star Wars, or Disney geek in general, well, I'm sorry you had to endure this, but hey, we are who we are. So, hope you enjoy this one too and have a great week.
And it was a big day.
Big day.
All right. But not Colton, you got anything? You got anything you want to add? Takeaways? Anything you want to?
Enjoy life, enjoy your family, and cherish the holidays and the time you get to spend with them.
That's sweet. That's sweet. And for me,
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. But
You beat me to it.
I mean, number one, stay safe. It's Christmas time. A while out here. If you get a PS5, don't let nobody shoot you in the back for it.
I didn't get shot.
Number two, that's true. I'm glad. This is because you had your Walmart associate to walk you out, bro.
Truly, that's the real reason why I didn't get shot.
You had your associate there to hold your hand to your car. But number two, I want to thank the Disney overlords for giving us so much content and feeding us over these next couple years. It's gonna be amazing. And number three, of course, wear a mask. And I mean that's it for me. Colton, you got any place for the people to find you if they want to follow you?
You can follow me at Colton Evans on Facebook, and then Instagram. You can find me at Colton0912, and I'm pretty sure it's the same as my Twitter too.
All right, Mr. Jared.
Yep, as everybody knows, you can find me at Jared Evans on Twitter. I had a little bit where I went without a tweet there, but I actually sent one out this past week. So I think as long as I can average about one a week, I'll be doing better than I used to.
Nice.
That's right. And me, I'm on Twitter at young without the O underscore ABG. And you can find us as a podcast, on Twitter and Instagram at unheard underscore of pod, and on Facebook, search us up. YouTube, follow a link if you wanna check us out. We post links and everything. So follow those links, you're able to find us there. And yeah, I mean that's it. J-Ray, you want to do the honors?
Yep. And as always, everybody, we thank you for listening to another great episode. We love you, we hear you, and we hope you hear us here at Unheard Of.
And as always, I'm Arthur.
And I'm Jared, and you just listened to
Unheard of.
Brought to you by
The Big Bees.
Good.